Good evening, YouTube. What is going on? What is going on? I'm excited to be here hanging out with you guys tonight. This is the 4th of July, so I'm not sure what I'm expecting from a crowd perspective, but it does not really matter. We're going to have some fun, I think. Maybe. How is everybody doing tonight? Hopefully you're having a great 4th of July if you are in the States. If you're not in the States, hopefully you're just having a great evening. It is freaking hot. There is no question whatsoever that it's really hot here. So you might hear a little bit of the air conditioning going in the background, but that's all right. We're gonna make the best we can with it. If you are interested in asking a question about live streaming, you can at Monica Fire. She just typed up in the chat. And she will make sure that she passes those questions on to me, keep track of all the questions so we can make sure that we answer every single one of those questions. Go ahead and say hi in the chat, honey, so that folks can see who you are. I'm just going to turn down this audio because for whatever reason, it just keeps going. So there's Monica. She just said hi in the chat. If you want to ask a question about live streaming, do not hesitate to at Monica and ask your question. Excuse me. So, for those of you who wished me well, and Monica, of course, this week we had a tragic death again. Seems like these never end. My mom passed away last Saturday, and I did write a post about it, and I really do want to say just thank you guys so much for everyone who sent their condolences and wished us well and is praying for us. I really appreciate that. Do not think that stuff goes unnoticed. It really does, and it means a whole lot to both Monica and myself. So thank you guys all so much. I really appreciate it, whether you saw it on my Facebook or my Twitter or my YouTube or Instagram or wherever. Thanks. I really do appreciate your comments. Let's go over to the Monica cam and see what she's up to tonight. Because, you know, it wouldn't be right if we didn't. Oh, you know what? But first, let's adjust this camera because it looks like we're in the middle of a warehouse, doesn't it? How's that? That's a lot better. That's a lot better than warehouse cam, I think. But, you know, what do I know? Look at this. This is what happens when you have a pandemic and the hair cutter places are not open for months on end. And basically what happens is this hair is fine. It'll work just fine as long as there's no humidity. But the second that we get humidity, this is the end result, and there's nothing that I can do about it. Let's go to the person who always looks impeccably beautiful, though. The wonderful Monica cam. We're going to check and make sure her microphone and everything are working properly this week. Hello, honey.
Hello, honey. Hi, everyone. It's good to see you guys.
It looks like it's working good. Do we have any questions?
Is the mic working fine?
It is.
I said, is the mic working fine? We had issues last week. Okay, good. Good. Good.
All right, do we have any questions, Pumpkin?
There are no questions right now. You can go through and say hello to everybody. We have some people from far, far away.
We do?
Yes.
Well, let's do that then. Let's see what we got. We got Alan. Let's see. Let's go all the way to the very top. Miguel Theater, hello. Text Whitney. Hello, hello, hello. ASP is live. It's awesome to see you. Tendencies Tech, hello, hello. Alan Guthier. Is that right? Guthier? Gautier? I suck at the English language. I apologize if I butchered that. Good evening from Alberta, Canada. It was just Canada Day like this week, so we celebrated a little bit with those guys. Asp says, I'm the best. I'm not sure that he's ever slept with me, so I'm not sure how he'd know that. But I tend to think I do an all right job. The Arab Immigrants, hello, from Canada as well. Hello, hello. Brisbane, Australia. Hughes Events. Sorry to hear that, Michael. My best wishes. Thank you, Hughes. I appreciate that. Jim Morales. Hugs. Sending the hugs. You can really only send them this way because of the coronavirus. Thank you, China. The Future Sound Beat. Sorry for your loss. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I really do. We got the #1 Fang. Hello. Hello right back at you, brother. Sydney, Australia. Man, we got folks from all over.
Yeah. Well, did you see the future sound bait is from France?
From France. Bonjour. That's awesome. That is so awesome. I can't tell you how much Monica and I want to go to France. We're going to do a European tour at some point when it is actually safe to tour the country. Excuse me. Yeah, I got some burgery stuff going on in the back of my throat today. Can you show us how to get that quality channels thingy going, please? The quality channels thingy. Oh, okay. I know exactly what you mean, Bizarro Media. Yes, I'll show you how to do that. There's an echo when you had a guest. How to solve it. When I had a guest, like when I go to the other camera, the way I can solve it is by turning off one of the microphones. I have both microphones on when I do that. So when she talks, my microphone hears it. And when I talk, her microphone hears it because she's just right there. So I have to turn one of those off probably. Let's see. So should I go with that question first? It looks like they're kind of starting to pour in a little fast and furious. Hughes Events, Dublin, Ireland. Hello. All right. Well, then let's go right ahead and answer Bizarro Media. They want to know how I do this right here. Now, I do it a little bit differently because this entire overlay I put together in After Effects, along with this scroll that does my quality channels. And if you haven't seen some of these channels or you want to check them out, please do so. There are links in the description. But there is a way that you can put together something like this in OBS if you so choose or desire. So let me show you how to do that. I'm going to hop over here to the tutorial channel. And we're going to go, you can see this is just your regular standard OBS. I don't really need the stats window up here. Yep, we're going to close that. But you can go ahead and we're going to clear this right here. Yeah, remove. Okay. So if I wanted to add something like that, you could go in here and we could go to image slideshow, which would be basically the same thing. I can create it and I can call it quality channels. And I can go okay. And then here's what I can do. I can choose the transition in between the quality channels from fade to cut to swipe to slide. Slide mode automatic. Plays even when not visible. And we want it to loop. Let's see. The time between slides right here. And the millisecond transition. And then all we need to do here is add our image files. So I can go here. And let's see. I'm not sure where I have that directory, but I'm sure it's here somewhere. So we're going to go in here and see if it's in here. Channel promo images. There we go. So I could just select all of these images right here, go to open, and now all my images are in here. I can click OK, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll this out a little bit here, and we just need to resize it to the size that we want. You know, we just resize it to the size that we want, and it basically creates the exact same effect that you see on my main overlay. And if I go in here, I can go to properties and I can adjust the amount of time. So let's say I only want them to be 6,000 milliseconds and all that kind of stuff. I can randomize them, which is pretty cool. And there we go. You basically created the same thing. Let's go in and instead of swipe, let's do a slide. There we go. That's what slide looks like. Or we could do a fade. Fade is what I kind of have mine doing. So that means it'll fade in and out every couple of seconds and move on to the next one. And if I take you back to my main right here, you can see that's basically exactly the same thing that it's doing. The only difference is I rendered this particular slideshow right into my OBS. So I believe that Bizarro Media, hopefully that answers your question. Can you just show us how to get that quality channels thingy going? Hopefully that definitely answers it, because that's how I do it. Let's swing over to the awesome Monica cam and see if we have any new questions. Do we have any questions, beautiful?
We do have a question. I'm actually trying to work with knowing to doing. He says he's adding me questions, but I'm not seeing them. So he says it's in there twice, and I don't see anything that came in from him to me. So I'm searching for the question, and I don't see it.
I see. How can I get you to see my question?
Yes.
I see that question.
Yes, and then I said just at me, and he said I did.
I don't see it either, so something must have went horribly wrong at knowing to doing. So if you could just try to resend it. Now I don't know why the Monica cam does not appear to be functioning
Again?
as well as it should be. There, it's working.
Working?
And then
Is
there,
that better?
it's not working. So now I have to go and fix that.
Okay. Fixing would be good.
Yeah, see, that's weird. Why is it doing it backwards? Where is the Monica cam? Right there. These are the kind of fun things that happen when you're live stream, guys. There we go. Now you are totally out there. You see, you like that? Is that better?
That's better.
All right. I don't know if people can actually hear me when I talk over here. Did we get that question yet?
It is in the above comments twice. It is above in the chat, he says. The chat in the right side panel. I still don't see it.
Future beat. Knowing is doing. I did. Well, you're gonna have to. Knowing is doing. You're gonna have to go ahead and type it again, because for whatever reason, none of us can see the chat that you are referring to. Maybe you put a link in it or something, and it didn't show up. So make sure that you're not using any of the words that would not show up, or there's no links, and we'll see what we can do. Is there anything else, beautiful woman?
There is another question. It is from Alain Gauthier. He says, do you use OBS for this broadcast? I am new to OBS, but have been broadcasting for a while with Mimo Live.
Mimo Live. I do absolutely use OBS for this broadcast. I've never actually heard of Mimo Live, but it sounds fun. I do like Disney movies, and it sounds a lot like Nemo Live. I think I saw that while we were in Disney. That was pretty fun. But I have never heard of Mimo Live. This is OBS, and so when I go over to the tutorial screen, that is what you'll see. I can also show you things in Streamlabs and Restream.io and whatever you want. If you have a question pertaining to Streamlabs, Restream.io, Streamyard, any of the major platforms besides Ecamm, because I am using a PC platform for this broadcast, I can't show you that. But any other broadcast, I can definitely show you anything that you might have a question about in any of those other platforms. So don't hesitate to ask it. But to answer your question, yes, I am using OBS for this broadcast. Let's see. Let's go to Cam 3. Poor Monica. Oh, well, see, now we have to fix this again. Is this going to be the way it is for every single overlay, I think, isn't it?
I think so.
That's just not cool. That's just not cool. Let's see. Why? Why, Mommy? All right, we're getting closer. We have a fun visitor right now. We have a puppy, and he might be scratching at the door every once in a while. Just so you know, if you hear scratching and stuff, we don't have a dead body in the thing or anything like that. So, all right, honey, do we have any questions?
We do. We have more questions. The Future Soundbeat says, actually, I'm going live lately using Streamlabs OBS, and my friends say that I need to improve my quality of video. I don't know how to do that. Do you have any tutorial for that?
Huh. Interesting. So that was Bevo's.
That was the Future Soundbeat.
Oh, the Future Soundbeat.
Yes.
Video quality. Well, heck, we can probably figure that out, Future Soundbeat. So when you're adding a camera in here, I'll add a camera just so you can see. Video capture device. First of all, the quality of your live streams is going to be directly dependent upon your broadcast size, basically. And we're gonna do this even though I know this runs the risk of messing up Monica's camera. We're gonna do it anyways because I really like you guys, and that's why we're here. So we're gonna go ahead and put this. See, now it gives me these different resolutions: 1920 by 1080. I can do 720. I can do 640. You want to select the right one for the broadcast that you're producing. Right now my canvas is 1920 by 1080, so this is gonna fill the whole entire screen with my unkeptness. But you can see this picture does not look terribly fantastic. So if I were to go into here and I can go to properties, the first thing I could do is go to configure video right here. And since this is a really cheap webcam, the only thing I can do is adjust my exposure. And that doesn't really mean put your clothes back on either. And it's not letting me do it. So this is a really cheap camera. So the other thing that I could do to improve this image quality, I mean, the best way to improve image quality, honestly, with any camera is good lighting. This lighting is set up for my DSLR, which is what you're seeing in the lower corner here. You can see how much different the exact same lights can make. So great lighting is a big deal. But if I wanted to try to adjust this one, I can go into filters, and I could go to this audio video filter, and I can go to, let's see, that's not what I want, video delay. We want to go into effects, and we're going to go into color correction, and I can adjust right here the contrast, so we can try to get that fixed a little bit. I can dial it down so I don't look so bright. I can dial it down so I don't look so orange. There we go. So we're automatically kind of improving the quality of our picture. And then I can just dial the contrast up, and you can already see that looks better. It still looks pretty bad, but you know, you've got to see what we're working with here. You know what I mean? There's only so good you can get. So there are ways you can adjust your camera so it looks better. You could also want to make sure when you're in your settings that when you go to your video, check what you're streaming at. The higher this number here, 1920 by 1080, or 720, the higher that number is, the higher the resolution that you're streaming at, the higher quality your picture is generally going to be. I stream on this channel right here in 1920 by 1080, which is full HD, and people tend to think it looks pretty good. So if that's the kind of look that you're shooting for, you probably want to make sure that you quality light your camera. Just lighting makes all the difference. Then you can adjust the filters and just make sure that you are streaming in 1920 by 1080, and you should be able to put together something that looks pretty good. Pretty good. I'm gonna remove this, and we're gonna go hop over here into the main screen, and we're going to see. Let's go over to Monica and see. We'll adjust another one of the Monica cams here. It's gonna be fun. I don't know what's gonna happen.
It's gonna be fun.
Here we go. While you are telling us if there's another question, let me adjust the whole thing here.
Am I jumping all around again?
Nah, every one of these is
wonky.
It's not cropped properly because I changed cameras because we had problems last week.
Oh.
So now
okay.
you are in the deepest, darkest.
Ooh.
Fun jungles. All right.
Ooh.
Do we have any questions?
We do. The Living the Life show says, if you record your OBS production, can you use the footage to upload in YouTube after editing it later?
All right. I love this question. There are a lot of people who record their YouTube videos exclusively in OBS. So you absolutely can do it. Let me walk you over here into the tutorial section and show you a little bit about how you want to set this up. First, we're going to go down into the settings here and then go to output, and you're going to go to recording, and you're going to look here. I want my recording format to be MP4, and I'm using my NVIC codec because it is the fastest. But if you are doing it for recording, you can use X264 if you like, and generally speaking the quality is slightly better. Honestly, at this point, when you see what your bit rate is right here, you want to set your bit rate at a variable bit rate. Standard bit rate on a recording that you're going to record to your hard drive, you can see 35,000 to 4,000 kilobits per second is going to give you a big file, but a really, really high quality recording. The other thing that you want to see right here when you're recording is you can record multiple audio tracks, which makes it really, really nice. What I like to do is I like to put microphones on each specific track so that I have the audio recorded differently from different microphones. So in case one microphone is not working well or not working properly, like the microphone on my camera, well then this microphone right here recorded my audio too, and I can use that. So in order to determine which microphone channel your stuff is working on, let's add an audio input capture to here. And you can see right off the bat, I have a lot of microphones connected to my computer, okay? I have this webcam, I have that webcam, I have that camera, plus other microphones. So you can connect as many microphones as you want to your thing through USB or whatever. So if I were to select one of these microphones that's connected, and let's just select Monica's microphone for the time being, and hopefully that doesn't screw up her stuff. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here into advanced audio properties, and you can see you can select which track you want this stuff to broadcast. So if I want that microphone on track 2, I can select that. When I record it, I can bring it into my editing software, and it's going to show each one of those audio tracks so I can change it up. It is a beautiful thing. It really is awesome. Recording stuff in OBS is a fantastic tool. And a little bit of a secret, the green screening application that you use in OBS is really compliant and easy to use. So if you're trying to do green screen work, sometimes it's easier just to do it right in OBS and then add that footage into your editing program. Sometimes it's easier to do that than to actually record it on your camera in front of your green screen and then try to green screen it out. Sometimes that's much more of a pain in the booty. Sometimes. So hopefully that answers your question. Let's go to the next Monica cam and see if we have any further questions.
Yes.
Ooh, it's still working too. It's still working.
Is it working? Is my mic working?
Your microphone appears to be
Microphone is working. That's good. Very
Yes,
good.
If Monica's microphone is not working, let us know in the chat, please.
Yes. Tex Whitney did say, Michael, your mic is off when you cut to me. So I don't know if people can hear you when you were when I'm on screen. So there you have that.
Yes, my mic is off when I cut to you, because otherwise we get an echo. But I'll leave it on if it doesn't bother you guys.
Okay. Let's see. Hold on. Lots of questions here. Okay, Knowing to Doing says, I need a new laptop to stream OBS or Streamyard to Facebook and YouTube. I need speed and power. Can you suggest a good laptop without loud fans? Was thinking gamer PC, but don't want loud fans. Can you suggest a good laptop?
I think I might. Let's see here.
Okay, so if you're just talking about gaming PCs and you're worried about big fans or lots of loud fans, I'm guessing that you are a Mac user. If you've experienced the 747 taking off when you're trying to live stream on your Mac, that's not necessarily indicative of what you're going to get on a good gaming PC laptop. And the reason why that's the case is because on a PC laptop, it sends all of the encoding information to create all of the stuff on the screen. So that would be both your rendering and your encoding. Well, the rendering is done on the graphics card, and the encoding is done on the graphics card on a really special chip that's meant to do the encoding. So the actual computer CPU hardly gets used at all, which means that usually for just any good gaming PC with an NVIDIA chipset, you're not going to get any fan use at all because it hardly uses it. Right now, this computer right here doing all of these cool things over here is using 8.7% of the CPU. No PC. Yeah, so if you're going to use a Mac, enjoy the fan, because that's what you're going to get. There's no way around it, because you can't do any of the encoding on the hardware. It has to use the software. It has to use the CPU. So if you're going to use a Mac, you're going to get the aircraft takeoff. It is what it is. Macs are not built to do live streams. You can possibly avoid the aircraft takeoff by using an application like Restream.io Studio, and that will fix it, because that takes all of the processing off of your machine and puts it onto a central server.
He says he uses a PC.
Oh, he uses a PC. He uses a PC. Good. Yeah, so a gaming laptop made for... I thought that was kind of odd, because let's be honest, they don't make gaming laptops for Macs. Yeah, there's a couple things you don't do on your Mac: game and live stream, if you can help it. But like any of the Alienware machines that use an NVIDIA chipset, just do a search on the internet for gaming laptop NVIDIA, and you can probably even get an older one. As long as it has an NVIDIA chipset, it will do NVIC. And let me show you what I mean by that. An older gaming laptop will have an NVIDIA chipset, and then when you go into your output here, if you can use this NVIDIA NVIC, this basically means that it's encoding directly on the actual graphics card. And the graphics card does have its own fan, but it's not very loud. And some graphics cards, especially the ones that are in the laptops, don't have big fans or anything. So as long as you get one that uses the NVIDIA chipset, you can use this NVIC encoder, and your laptop doesn't even do the processing, the video card does. And that's the easiest way to get a high quality stream for pretty cheap, with relatively inexpensive equipment. So hopefully that answers your question, I hope. Let's go to Monica Cam and see if we have any others. Blam! Oh, that's nice now that it's squared up.
Nice.
It looks like you're having fun right there wherever you're at.
I am. Okay, next question comes from the American Wanderer saying, how do you get rid of background noise?
All right. How do you get rid of background noise? So over here in OBS, if I wanted to get rid of background noise, I can, I'm going to add a microphone here. Let's see, audio input capture. And we're going to add any microphone. It doesn't really matter. So I can add my one with my cam link. That's the easiest one to not mess up. If I right click on my audio input capture and I go to filters, there are a couple of audio filters here that can help you. One is the compressor and the other one is the noise gate. So if I put on the noise gate right there, this is going to eliminate some of the external noise that a microphone might experience. Kind of like my air conditioner over here and that sort of stuff. That will eliminate some of that, and then you can adjust the audio even better or process even better by going with the compressor, and you just add that on after that, and you can mess with these. But I find that generally speaking, the settings that you get right on them are pretty good. Honestly, the best way to eliminate significant background noise though is to use a quality microphone. And you want the kind of microphone like the one that I use right here. This is the Sennheiser, and it's a $300 microphone. I didn't buy this one. A friend actually gave me this microphone to use, but it's directional. So the air conditioner is back there, and the microphone is facing me. So it picks my voice up, and it does not pick up very much noise from over there. So if you're using a quality directional microphone, this one happens to be a boom microphone, but you can use a condenser microphone. If you get a quality microphone, you're able to angle that microphone in such a way as it won't hear sound on this side and it will hear sound on this side, and that can eliminate a whole heck of a lot of noise as well. Although I don't know that we're really even able to eliminate all the fireworks going on outside because, you know, it is what it is. So I apologize for the fireworks. But those are my suggestions as to how you can fix audio issues and hopefully get a little bit of a higher quality audio for your OBS live stream. Let's see what Monica has to say if we have any other questions. Oh boy. We got another Monica cam fix that needs to happen, so I'll get to it while you ask the question.
Ask the question. Okay, next question. From the Living the Life show, how did you create your cool overlays?
All right. Well, thank you for the question. Let's go back. Honey, who was the question asker?
The Living the Life show.
The Living the Life show. Let me go to my YouTube channel here real quick. And I have a video that shows you exactly how I created my overlay. So it only makes sense that I share that with you instead of trying to walk you through how I did it. But just so you know the process for creating this specific overlay, I first created the layouts using the colors and everything that I wanted in Photoshop. And then I imported that exact Photoshop into After Effects and created all of the animations and all of that sort of stuff that you see in the overlay. Now I just have to actually find it. Create OBS overlays. I do believe this is the one. So now I just have to paste it right here. Boom. There we go. So that one right there is the actual full video on how I created the overlay that I'm using. Hopefully that helps you. Let's see what else we got from the Monica Cam of Doom. Oh.
Of Doom.
All right, honey, it's all you.
All me. We have a follow-up question from the Living the Life show saying if I choose to live stream in OBS to Facebook or YouTube, how can I get my chat to show up on my screen so I can do a Q&A like you?
Oh. Hold on.
Keep talking. Am I fixed? Am I not fixed again?
Well, every time we go to a different screen, you're not.
I'm not fixed.
Every time we go to a different screen, you're kind of unfixed. So I'm just fixing you as we go along.
Okay.
So you want to be able to, let me make sure I've got this question right. You want to be able to show the chat on the screen like this. Wait, what was the question?
If I choose to live stream in OBS to Facebook or YouTube, how can I get my chat to show up on my screen so I can do a Q&A like you?
Super, super easy, dude. Super easy. Okay. Let me first bring this over here into my tutorial screen. And we're going to flip over there. All right. So I use Streamlabs. And we're going to go into the All Widgets. And if I go here to the chat box, I can bring... basically, this is what I'm using to broadcast the chat on the screen that you're seeing right now. So I can set it up any way I want, and then it's going to this is going to pick up chat from any of the locations that you're streaming to, and you're going to set that up in your settings. If you look here, account settings, I have Twitch, YouTube, Mixer, Facebook, Periscope. So if I'm streaming to multiple platforms, like using Restream.io or something like that, then we're going to have to use their application to add the chat into the screen. You don't want to use this. But if you're just streaming to one place, like Facebook or Mixer or something like that, then if you use this, it will put that widget right on the screen. So all I have to do is copy out this text right here. I go over here and I can add it as a browser source. So browser, okay, and I just paste it in here and click OK. And now any chat that comes through is going to show up here Hopefully. It may not because I'm already using it in one instance, but it may. So this box would have my chat, but right now it's not showing up because I'm using it in an instant, and it doesn't want to produce two. So it showed up over here instead. But either way, that's how you set that up. If I wanted to do something like that to multiple platforms, let me show you what I would do. Let's go to Restream. All right, I'm gonna pop over to the tutorial screen here. So if you look here, we have Restream IO. Any one of these that I have checked is where I'm going to stream to. So I set up my RMTP in my OBS to go to one of these or all of these. I just turn them on and off depending upon which ones I want to actually stream to. So you can see through Restream IO, I can stream to Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, Periscope, all at the very same time. Let me give you a link so you understand what I'm talking about here. Let's see here. Here, if you want to check out Restream IO, I highly recommend. This is a cool company. And this is how you would do it right from OBS. Here is a link if you want to check it out. But let me further show you exactly what to do here. So I go into here and I set up which platforms I want to stream to. Once I start streaming, it's going to show up here. And it will go live and send the exact same stream to my Twitch, my YouTube, my Facebook, and my Periscope. And then I can go in here and go to my chat. All right. So then I can just take this chat right here and I can copy that. See, it copied the link. Then all I have to do is go to my OBS. Go into browser, the same browser source. Let's remove this one. We'll add a new one. We'll add a new one. We're going to go to browser source right here. And we'll just add this browser source right here. And so now this chat box is going to show us all of the chats from any of those platforms. And that means all the chats from YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, and Periscope will all show up right here on the screen for us if I was using Restream IO to broadcast. So hopefully that answers your question. If you wanted to stream to multiple platforms, you can use OBS to Restream IO, and you can use this to embed that chat right into your overlay. Woohoo! Good one. All right, let's go to the Monica cam. Poor Monica. It's very warm in this room right now. I don't know if you guys know the sacrifice that she is making to aggregate your questions. Let's say hi to a couple of the folks here in the chat. Happy Lux, hello, knowing to doing. It is awesome to see you. The American Wanderer, hello. Wendell Live, hello. Hello, how are you doing? And it looks like, I think I said, is that Astro Patchy? Hello. I probably got that wrong. ABDG and I, hello. Living the Life Show. Awesome, man. We got Tech for Your Needs in the house. Hello, my friend. How are you doing? Hey, if you see this right over here, Apps That Rule. Broke 1,000 subscribers this week. I absolutely love it. He's such a that's the fantastic Joe. He's an awesome guy. He's helped me out on so many different videos when I'm trying to do show people how to add guests, and he's always available, and he's just a really great guy. So thank you so much to and congratulations big time to Apps That Rule. Alejandro Rodriguez from Costa Rica, hello. Happy 4th to you as well, Wendell. I appreciate that. Or is it Wendell? God, I suck. Let's go to Monica and see if we have any further questions.
Are we ready?
Hold on.
Okay.
All right. While you ask the question, I'm going to adjust my microphone here.
Okay.
Or the picture.
The picture? Okay. But I can ask away? All right. Okay, Knowing to Doing says, how can I get my Logitech HD 930 to focus on everything instead of just one thing in front of me and I'm fuzzy?
Oh, this is awesome. This is such an awesome question because I just had to figure this out tonight. I just had to figure this out tonight because I switched Monica's camera. That's why every time we go to the amazing Monica cam, I'm having to reorganize the screen because I switched from this generally worthless piece of Chinese garbage to a Logitech camera. And here is how it works. Let me see. It's going to be difficult for me to show this, but I will. Let's see. Hold on. Just give me a single moment. I'm going to switch back to Monica cam so I can open up the... Oh, you know what? I'll do it over here. Remove. Let's go to the tutorial screen. Okay. And then I'm going to remove this browser feature, quality channels. While that was really awesome, I'm going to remove that for the moment. If I go into webcam, and you know what? And it's not going to let me do it on my cheap ass thing. So I'm going to go over here to the Monica cam for just a second. And we're going to I'm going to pop this out for a second. Configure video. Okay. Boom. Let's go back to the tutorial screen. Okay, so you have found this if you are asking this question. In order to find this, let me show you how you find this in your stream. When you add a video input capture, and let's just add my general webcam. All right. Oh, sorry. When you add your general webcam, if I go into properties, right here, configure video, okay? So that's what brings that up. Now I just have to find the actual thingy. Here it is. All right. So, you can see this has all kinds of video pro, and I can adjust the brightness, hue, saturation, blah, blah, blah. That's not what you're looking for. You're looking for camera control right here. If you the more you focus either way is going to adjust the focus on the camera. So if you go all the way to this side right here, it's going to basically have an open focus. So anything that's on camera, it will focus on. If you go to this side, it kind of goes down to a more different sort of focus. So just taking this focus all the way to the left is going to make sure that whatever's on your camera is in focus. I hope that answers your question, because that's the best I can really do. And let's go over to the Monica cam, and we'll see how badly I just messed up her camera. Oh, look at that. We're at the giant thing in New York City. Hold on a second. Go ahead and answer and ask your question, Pumpkin.
Okay, this is kind of a combination question, so you're going to have to bear with me here. It's from the Future Soundbeat, and you had answered a question earlier saying he's going live using Streamlabs, and his friends say he needs to improve his quality of video and he doesn't know how to do that. He has a follow-up question, I think, because it says, can you ask, can he do the same with his screen capture? Does that make sense?
Alright, so you're saying you get a poor quality visual when you're doing a screen capture. Let's see.
And if it's wrong, the Future Soundbeat, maybe you can put some chats in the chat so I can ask it.
Right. So let's go over here into tutorial, and I'll see if I understand what you mean. If we're going in here and we're going to display capture, and I click OK, you can see I've got my display, which is the one that we're looking at right here, which is taking up the screen. And then I have my other display, which is the one that I'm running my OBS on. If you ever wanted to see what my OBS actually looks like, there you go. I've got my chat over here, and I've got my, this is right here, all of my different scenes with all the different Monica cams. And this is the build of each scene and all that stuff. The point is, the best way to get a quality screen capture is by doing a display capture, having two different displays. It's automatically going to be the highest quality. But let's just say, for the sake of argument, that we didn't have two displays. Then the best way to do that, and we don't need two cameras in here. Yeesh. I'm glad everything is technically functioning properly tonight, but that camera gets me every time. You can go to, so we tried this display capture. You could go to window capture, and this is going to allow you to capture specific windows. So when we drop this down, I can go and get my Google Chrome. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that's the Restream IO. Your capture method, you can change it up. Some of these may change. So Windows Graphics Capture might give you a higher quality, or any one of these. Obviously that one doesn't even really work, so it's using Windows Graphics Capture. You can actually put the title on the screen, which is kind of nice. But this will capture your applications. I don't think the quality on that is bad, to be honest with you. You guys will have to tell me what you think. But the quality seems okay. But then again, you're looking at it from this stream to a display capture to a window capture. So I don't know. But that's how you do a quality window capture. If you're going to do that. One other, I think, yeah, if you do window capture, you can also do applications and stuff like that. If I had an application open on here, like I can show you my stream labels right there. So this is an application that I run that puts the this application puts all the text down here for my last donation and my top donation and my last subscriber. All that text is put in there using stream labels. So that's just a little bit of a behind the scenes as to what that does. And it's the same thing. And it's not bad, it's not horrible. I mean, when you take something like this that's only that big and you embiggen it, you're automatically going to make it blurrier and all that stuff. So just be aware, you want to try to bring these in as close to their native resolution as you possibly can. But other than that, you kind of get what you get from a quality perspective. So hopefully that answers your question. If not, don't hesitate to follow up again. All right, let's go back to Monica Cam and see if I can adjust the next one.
I know.
Let's go to this one. There we go. Oh, it's raining.
Aw, hate rain.
Go ahead and ask your question, beautiful.
Okay, question is from AstroParch. He says, another question about webcams. Are FPS affected by levels of illumination? Sometimes my webcam shows 8 FPS, but later it could go up to 30 FPS.
Huh. Huh. Well, that is a fascinating question. Hold on a second. Honestly, I don't know if your frames per second is going to be affected directly by the lighting that you have. But let's go over to the tutorial screen and see what we get with this webcam. So this is the bottom of the barrel. This is the cheapest webcam that you can get directly from China. Seriously, I'm not even kidding. This thing is a piece of dumpster fire. They wanted me to do a review on it and I wouldn't do it. But when you open up the camera, you get your default device. And this is the resolution and frames per second type. And you can go to custom and set your resolution specifically. So if I want to do 1280, this one does 1920 by 1080. It actually does. Look at that. It actually does. Match output frames per second. Now, what that does is that says, okay, I'm broadcasting in OBS at 30 frames per second. So the webcam is going to match that frames per second. But I can change it up. I can say I want it to do it at 30 frames per second. I can tell it what I want it to do right there, or highest frames per second. So now maybe it's working at 60 or 90. I think you're causing issues when you select that at a higher frames per second. So if you're having issues with your frame rate on your webcam, maybe try just setting it to the frames per second that your live stream is going at, like 30 right here. And then you can change up your video format and all that kind of stuff. But the frames per second is what you're really looking at. And you can change it up in Windows. I don't know if you get these same options on a Mac, but on a Windows PC for your webcam, you can play around with lots of settings. Now I wonder if you're going to be able to, and this is going to depend. Here's that little camera control thing, and all it really gives me the opportunity to do here is change the exposure, and it really won't even let me do that. But some cameras are going to give you the ability, when you go in here, to modify your focus and your frames per second and that sort of stuff. So always go into this video configure if you're having some weird issues and see if it gives you the opportunity to change any of these settings. And there you go. There you go. Let's remove this, because here we go. And we're going to go and see our main here. Hello. I hope everybody's having fun. Are you guys having fun tonight? I'm having fun. I love doing this. I love being able to answer your questions live. It's just so much fun. Let's see what Monica is up to. There she is.
What I'm up to.
We're on the wrong screen. Hold on. There we go. Let's do this one. I can fix it. And you can ask a question.
Okay. Question is from the American Wanderer. How do you fix OBS when YouTube says you're not sending enough keyframes during live stream?
Well, that's a very interesting one. YouTube says you're not sending enough keyframes between your live stream. There we go. There we go. You look positively radiant in the jungle, honey.
Man.
Let's go to the tutorial screen. All right. So we're going to go into settings. The honest to God truth, if you're not setting enough keyframes in your thing, it could be a product of something in your output. Your keyframe interval right here, your best bet is to just set this to 0. It will automatically send the appropriate number of keyframes. Because remember, you're going into your stream, you're setting it up. OBS is pretty smart. It knows that you're going to YouTube. So it knows what YouTube's stream is supposed to be structured like. So when you go into your output and you just set this at auto or 0 for keyframe interval, then it will automatically know to send the appropriate level of keyframes. If you're still getting that kind of error message, it's distinctly possible that maybe you're getting a lot of buffering or having streaming problems, and you're going to be able to find that out right down here in the bottom. When you're live, this is going to have a little green bar. It's going to tell you your bits per second and stuff, and if that is not green or it's not the bits per second that you set, then your internet connection might be messing you all up. So that is how you adjust your keyframe interval. But just set it to auto. I've never seen that problem before. So maybe you were in there and you accidentally set it to something other than auto, and yeah, it caused problems. I wonder. We have 22 folks on the stream right now. Is that right? That seems so wrong. Here, let's go over to the Monica cam. Uh-oh, she might get attacked by a lion.
Oh no, a
Let
lion.
me adjust your screen while you can see
Okay.
if there's any more questions.
There is a question. It is from the Arab immigrants. They say, how do you show your YouTube comments on the OBS screen?
Right. Hold on a second. I'm trying to protect you from wild
I know.
animals.
I'm not sure where the animals are.
Trying to protect Monica from wild animals here.
Yes.
All right. Boom. So let's say that I wanted to show comments from a video or something. So let me get something like that up. Let's go to the tutorial. So I share out my screen just like this, and I can go to my YouTube channel, and I can go, let's see here. We're gonna go into my studio, and we'll go to my videos, and let's see which one. Let's go to the voice changer video, and we're just gonna go to the voice changer video. We don't need it to play. Hey, it's Jan. Thanks. So then I can just scroll down here, and there we go. I can see my comments. So it's just basically using a screen share, and it gives you the ability to see your comments. And by the way, I just want to say to the guy who likes to say thanks, Grandpa, you know, come on, seriously. Trying to hurt my feelings or something. I know a lot of people don't think that people who are on YouTube have feelings, but this guy does, okay? So I'm just saying. Oh, I love you guys. let's go to the Monica cam and see what the next question is. If I didn't answer that question in a way that you feel you got what you needed, please clarify, and I'll get to a more detailed thing. By the way, Genevieve, hello. Hello, Genevieve. Thank you for stopping by again. Oh my gosh. Simpling Point Pinoy. Oh my God. Simpling Pinoy sa America. I am so sorry. I can't speak English properly. It's hard for me to then try to talk in another language. So please, I apologize for butchering it, but hello, my friend. Hello. Let's go to Monica's webcam here. Let's see what we got. Oh, we want to go to this next one. Here we go. And I'm going to turn my mic down, and you can tell us what questions we have while that dude works behind you on the beach.
Okay. All right. This is from Future Soundbeat saying, I heard Michael saying that using Mac to live stream is not a good idea because they were not made for that. Is that the reason my video quality is not good?
Turn the microphone back up here. All right, let's go back into. And by the way, you look stunning on the beach, honey.
Oh,
Just
thank
do.
you.
Look at
Thank
you.
you.
Just the
Look at
right
me
amount
on
of
the
tan
beach.
for the beach.
Have that mask tan going on.
All right. The quality of the stream that you're getting on Mac could be so. All right. Excuse me. What's that?
Do you need me to re-ask the question?
Not really. I understand what he's saying. Let's go into some of the things that can affect the actual picture quality of your stream. Just for a second. And honestly, I have a video coming out on Monday that's going to walk you through how to troubleshoot all of the things that can go wrong on your live stream so that you can identify where the quality problem is coming from. So keep an eye out for Monday. I think this video is going to be huge, and I really think it's going to help a lot of people because you're going to understand what's causing the problem and how to fix it. But one of the things that can affect the picture quality or the image quality is if you go into your settings and you go to output, and I have to turn it off advanced and go to simple. But right here, I have render quality and file size and all that sort of stuff, and your encoder can directly affect how your stuff is encoding. So let's see, that's recording, streaming. Let's select software, and honestly, I want to show you the right way. On Monday, the video that I put out, I did all this on a Mac, so it's all going to make a lot more sense. But when you're on a Mac or any other one, you can enable, and here it is, encoder preset right here. So ultra fast is going to be really, really fast, and you're going to be able to encode your streams faster, but the quality of the picture is going to be lower. And then the lower that you go on this scale, the slower your machine is going to process each image of your broadcast, but the higher quality it's going to be. On a Mac, you run into a problem where if you're not using very fast or higher, your machine might struggle just to process the actual live stream because they just don't encode very quickly, or they don't have the power to do the encoding like the NVIC chip normally would. So when you start to use something like ultra fast as your encoder, you're gonna run into possibly slightly degraded picture quality. So that's one of the things that can affect your picture quality. But please, 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 Monday I'm putting out a video that's going to walk you through the steps that you can use to identify what's actually causing problems on your live stream, and you'll be able to fix them. So hopefully it's really, really helpful for you. I really hope so, because I'm excited about it. And it might just tell you exactly what it is that's causing your problems. It might. Woohoo! Look at that. What do you guys think of that stinger? It's pretty fun, right? I don't know. I created that stinger on a live broadcast just for everybody while we were doing stuff. So Let's go back to Monica Cam. Stupid dog. There he goes. Huh? You got a what? Alright, well, let's go to the Monica Cam and see what the question is.
Another question. This is, and I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name at this, I'm going to say Jobiel Tuts. What software do I need to use to output my gaming mic to my streaming PC?
Okay. Hold on. Let's go over here. Go ahead and open that door. Just let her in. Alright, so let's go to the tutorial. You don't need any other software other than OBS. So in your OBS scene, you have your screen capture for your video game. And you have your screen capture for your camera. Maybe you put that down in the lower left-hand corner like this camera is on my OBS. And then you can add as many audio sources as you want. So if you have a microphone, you just go to audio input capture, you click OK, you drop this down, you select whatever audio source you want. So whatever microphone that you're using for your live stream, you just add it right in here. And you click OK, it'll get added down here in the audio input capture, and you're all set. So you can add multiple microphones. You can add multiple audio input, especially if you're using a PC. It's pretty easy to add multiple audio inputs and that sort of stuff right to this spot. So unfortunately, people outside are shooting off fireworks, making watching my sister's doggy, and it's making the doggy a little bit nervous. All the fireworks. Jelly Duck, what's up, brother? I hope you're doing awesome. Based Army, it is good to see you. It's good to see you. I have to now wait for Monica to get back from figuring out what the dog's problem is to ask the next question. So hold off on the questions for just a moment, because if you look over here, if we go to Monica Cam.
I'm coming. Is it the cam?
Yeah, she's not there, but oh, here's the puppy.
I'm sorry.
All right, here we go. Let's go over to the Monica Cam. Now we can get the questions.
Okay,
There
next
we go.
question.
Oh, look at you. You're floating.
I'm floating. Why am I floating?
I don't know. It's just where you at.
Okay.
You're into clouds.
Let's see. This one is from Based Amy. Please, could you tell me why YouTube videos buffer when trying to play them as a browser setting in the source? I hope that makes sense. That's what they wrote, so I hope that makes sense too.
All right. That kind of makes some sense. All right. So what you're saying is if I go in here and I go to browser and I go to here, and let's say I just put in a random YouTube video page. So let's see. I thought I had one on here, but maybe I didn't. Maybe I didn't. There we go. So I'm just going to copy that. We're going to go in here and we're going to paste that in there. And boom. There we go. So there we go. And that's playing in my head, so it's totally messing me up. We're going to go to interact. But you can see that it's not buffering on mine. So it could be your internet connection. It could be your internet connection, because I'm actually have it opened here, and I have it opened here, and I can interact with it. By the way, did you guys know about this trick? Did you know you can open up a browser source and then you can interact with it directly without having to go to that thing? Because everybody in the stream would be seeing this screen right here. They'd be seeing this screen right here. But I can actually have this over top of the screen and interact with it like that. I can interact with it. So that's pretty cool stuff, don't you think?
Woo!
I think so.
That was incredible.
The way I did that was to right-click on it and go to interact right here. Or you can also go to browser and interact right here, and it brings it up so that I can play it or whatever. I can pause it or adjust the volume or whatever I want to do. Pretty cool stuff. Hopefully that's something new that you haven't seen. And hopefully you understand now that if you are using a browser source to watch a video or something like that, it's just possible that your internet connection doesn't like that. You should be streaming on Ethernet. You should not be streaming on Wi-Fi, ever. Live streaming is hard enough to do properly on an Ethernet connection. There's already a million things that can go wrong. So don't make your connection one of the next other things that can go wrong. Because believe me, I spend meticulous hours trying to set up my live streams so they work properly, and they still screw up every freaking week. Every week. So try to keep it as simple as you can, and yeah, and always plug in your connection. Definitely. Let's see, do we have some more questions?
We have some more questions.
We have
Some more questions.
Oh man, we'll go with it, baby.
Oh, okay. We do have Simpling Pinoy Sa America did say that translates to Simple Filipino in America. So he does say my audio is echoing. So I don't know if that's a thing you can fix again or.
It is. I can
but-
just.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
Now
Okay.
talk and say, is my audio echoing?
Is my audio echoing?
Like this one.
Is that much better? What? Eh? No. Is my audio echoing at this moment? Okay. Hopefully that fixed it. All right. So now we have this one's from Valen Isofi CSDC. I need help on my Streamlabs OBS for Mac. I'm having trouble with the Streamlabs deck.
Streamlabs deck. All right. See, when I turn my microphone on, her microphone is going to cause an echo. Just so you know, Simpling Pinoy Sa America. Oh God, I suck. So that's what's causing that. And what was the question? Because I'm a moron.
I need help on my Streamlabs OBS for Mac. Having trouble with the Streamlabs deck.
Stream Deck. All right, so I don't have a Stream Deck. I wish I did. Elgato and Mac products can be iffy at best. I use this, which is Touch Portal. There it is, and this is pretty cool. I like Touch Portal. It's free, and I just set this up, and I can go here, and then I could play fun sounds too, like let's see. I like this one. I think that's playing. It should be playing. But yeah, I could set up soundboard and do all that kind of stuff. But I don't have any experience in troubleshooting Sound Deck because I don't have one. I don't use it. So I apologize for being unable to help you to troubleshoot that. It's my problem. Yep, audio was fine. So when I turn off my microphone, we don't get the echo. It's my fault, guys. Somebody said they couldn't hear me, so I tried to adjust it, and we're gonna have to figure it out. What I really need to do is put Monica in a soundproof booth so I can't hear her, but we don't have enough room in the house to do that. Are you guys hearing a lot of fireworks and stuff? Because apparently people are trying to set my neighborhood on fire. So that's what's going on right now. Let's go back to the Monica cam. What you got for us, baby?
Okay, this one is totally out of the box. This one is from Axel Bender, and he says, I don't want to get off track, but did you go to high school in Arizona?
Did I go to high school in Arizona? No, I went to high school right here in Pennsylvania for the whole time. I did, however, spend about 2 years. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Is Monica using earbuds?
I'm not using it.
No, she's not. She's not listening to the stream, because the problem is if she listens to the stream to try to get the information, then it's 30 seconds behind. It's trouble. I use this so that if there's a donation or something that comes across, I can hear it. But this is like not me listening to me in my ear. This is just me listening to any sounds that might come across. She doesn't have the luxury of having that, so she could put in an earbud to actually listen to the stream, but it's annoying because it's 30 seconds behind and I'm in the same room. And now I got lost on the question.
Yes. Did you go to high high school.
Oh, did I go to high school in Arizona? No, but I spent 2 years when I was in the military at Fort Huachuca. And, well, actually not the full 2 years at Fort Huachuca. I spent about the first 6 to 8 months at Fort Huachuca. And then I lived in a hotel room in Phoenix for about a year and a half before I shipped out to Korea. So I have been to Arizona. I absolutely love it. Fort Huachuca is beautiful. I still remember, geez, they're really going to town. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're trying to burn down my front yard. So when I shipped out, I'm 18 years old. I just finished basic training. So basic training kind of gives you this feeling that you're invincible. You're not really afraid of anything. But I can tell you, you know, it was really kind of my first time on a big commercial airline flight. We flew from Fort Dix, which is in New Jersey, all the way over to Fort Huachuca in Arizona. I don't know anybody. I've never seen any of these people. I don't even know how I'm going to get to the base or where it is. And Fort Huachuca is a few miles from the Mexican border. And of course, I've never been there. And there's a bus there waiting to pick you up. You get on the bus. It drives, and it's pitch black. It's totally black. You know, you can't see anything. And it just, everything in Arizona at night looks the same. It's just dark. You can't see more than a certain amount of distance or anything like that. There's really no lights or anything. I mean, the sky looks amazing because there's nothing, especially once you get out towards Fort Huachuca. And just as the morning was starting to come up, our bus is pulling in. And you get off the bus and you start to look around as the sun rises. And all you see are just, you're surrounded by this huge desert that seems to go on for hundreds of miles. And then these massive mountains that completely surround you. And I'll never forget that. That was one of the coolest things ever. So I do love Arizona. If you've never been there and you live like on the East Coast or somewhere where there's grass and trees and everything else, Arizona is like, it's like a totally different world, but it's so pretty. It's really cool stuff. And that was a really long question, but you know, sometimes it's okay to talk about stuff that's not YouTube related. There you got a little bit of background on my story. By the way, I did serve in the U.S. Army for 6 years. So 4th of July does have meaning for me for sure, based on that. Let's go to the Monica cam and see what she's got going on.
Axel did respond and said, he said, okay, I just thought I knew you in high school. So, I guess not. Okay, let me see. We got questions coming in here pretty fast. So where's my next one? It comes from Kamal Shatari. How do you respond to your subscribers after they subscribe to your channel?
Kamal, let's see. Thank you for the question, Kamal. I'm not totally certain what you mean. If you're talking about folks that subscribe to your channel, like, let's go over to the tutorial section here, and I'll see. We don't need that. Let's remove. Yes, if you're talking about the notifications that you get from certain folks that subscribe to your channel, let's go here, and we'll go to. So if I go to, man, now I'm trying to think of where it actually is. General channel permissions, community. There, I know there is a place where you can see the folks that subscribe to your channel, and you can get notifications in your email about it. But the only way that I really communicate directly with my subscribers on YouTube, excuse me, is to go into my, and some people may have this, some people may not. I think you need 1,000 subscribers to get it, but the community tab right here, and then I can post, you know, things about what's going on my channel, ask questions, things like that. If you want to interact with the people that subscribe to you and stuff, you can do a live stream so that you can interact directly with them. I put my my Facebook and my Twitter right here, so at FEYRERM. I'm always open. I can always interact with folks on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook. I'm a public figure in that way. If you want to follow me on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram or send me a friend request, I pretty much accept everybody, and you have the opportunity to interact with me. Some people do it differently on their channels. Everyone kind of can do it however they want. I don't think there's a right way or a wrong way. I just personally like to have that direct connection with the people that subscribe to my channel. But from a perspective of having a way to directly interact with them, other than live streaming in the community tab, that's really all you got. That's really all you got. Hopefully that answers your question. But thank you. Thank you. Let's go see what Monica's got to say. You're up, babe.
I'm looking. Okay, this one is a question from M. Boccaro. Sorry, I'm not quite sure how to pronounce that. He says, how do you manage audio from a guest in a Zoom app to live stream in OBS? I use Mac.
Okay, so Mac. When you set up Mac, have you seen my how to live stream with guests? If you haven't, let me go get the video. My guess is most people probably find me through this video, so you probably already seen it. But if you haven't seen it, just in case, I'm going to show you. Unfortunately, I'm not physically using a Mac here, so I can't necessarily walk you through how to set it up. Mac is not good for being able to.
Whoa, that's awesome. Thank you.
Get any control of your audio. In fact, in order to get control of your audio, you have to basically use a workaround. Oh, Based Army, thank you so much. Thank you. Thanks for doing this. I stream but struggle with the tech. Trip through my live streams. Happy 4th from England. Based Army, please, please, please. There's a video coming out on Monday that's going to help you immensely to be able to determine what's causing problems with your live streams. So not only is this video going to tell you what is wrong with your live streams, it's going to show you how to troubleshoot them and the steps that you can take in order to fix it. I think it's going to be really helpful for a lot of people. Your knowledge of OBS is going to go from, here to here, and you're going to be able to say, I know why this is happening, and you're going to have some idea how to fix it. So please, Based Army, if you're struggling with live streaming quality issues and that sort of stuff, be sure to check out that video on Monday. I'm so excited about it. And I had a question, didn't I?
You did have a question.
Sorry. Thank you so much, by the way, for the super chat. I really do appreciate it. It makes a huge difference. It really does help.
How do you manage audio from a guest in a Zoom app to live stream it to guests?
Yes. So here is the here's the video on audio sharing with a guest. Basically, you have to use the iShowU device. Especially when you're bringing Zoom into OBS. The iShowU device is a party line, so it captures all of the audio coming in from every source on your computer. All of it. It captures it all, and then it turns it into one output using the multi-channel device thing. I forget what I called it. The aggregate channel device. There's no way to control audio from one device to another. You get what you. Unfortunately, you get what you get. Excuse me. So from one audio device to the next on a Mac, there isn't any way to modify or change the audio. Now, if you're going to use an application like Skype and you're going to have the audio coming in through NDI, you can physically adjust the audio levels for each guest. And if you don't know anything about that, let me just drop you a link for that video where it shows you how to do the NDI add a guest stuff with Skype, because at least with Skype it gives a Mac user the ability to modify the settings, mute a guest, adjust their volume levels and things like that. That you just don't get with any other audio application. Holy mackerel. Yeah, they're going to town outside. We're going to town. Hopefully that's not too overwhelmingly loud in your headphones or whatever you're watching us with. But my poor puppy, he's not happy. It's not even my dog, but now he's pacing around the room. There you go. That's the video for the NDI setup for Skype. Hopefully that helps you out. Let's go to the Monica cam and see what else we got.
What we got?
Oh, having fun again. Looks like you're at the carnival.
All right, carnival. The
Yeah.
American Wanderer asks, how did you make that pop-up widget between scenes?
I love it. I love this question because I actually made the pop-up widget between scenes live on a broadcast. Let me see if I can find the link to that video so that you can make the exact same thing. I actually literally created that live while we were on a stream. So thumbnail build, custom stinger. Here it is. Here it is. Yes, shareable link. So if you would like to build the thing I use for my transitions, it is right there. It's right there. Text Whitney, audio hijack and loopback from Amoeba software helps on Mac. Text, is that free software or is that something that you pay for? I'm just interested because I get this question all the time, and I use the iShowU device because I've always used the iShowU device and it just works for me. But if there's a more elegant solution to the Mac audio problem, I probably should do a little bit of research. So educate me. Is it something you pay for? If you pay for it, how much is it? And what can it do? Does it give you the ability to actually separate audio inputs and things like that? Because that's what people really want to be able to do. That's what's really missing on a Mac. Well, that and the power to actually live stream well, but can't have everything, I guess. Let's go to Monica and see what's on the Monica cam. Oh man, we need to fix this camera yet.
Again?
Yeah, we need to fix this camera, so I'll get to that while you ask the question.
Okay, the question is from Angle N to Patel. Could you help me set up audio that is coming from my guest?
I apologize, I'm adjusting the camera.
Adjusting the camera, probably jumping all around.
Does it jump all around?
It does, it gets bigger and smaller. And
It does. So who was our question asker? And they want somebody to help them to
audio that is coming from guests, from my guests.
I do offer consulting services one-on-one. If you're interested, you can go to my website, michaelfirejr.com. At the bottom, there's a work with me section that has my consultation rates. You can just send me information as to what you want to try to accomplish. And it's the fastest, easiest way to get the information that you need specifically for your task. Sometimes I can help, especially with audio issues. Sometimes I can help, sometimes I can't. A lot of those depend on your bandwidth of your internet connection, but usually I can help you find a solution that's going to work for you. And that's why I do consultation. I get a lot of clients who just have been struggling to live stream, and they want to do very specific things and they don't know how to do it. I figure it out and I tell them how they can do it. It's not always free, but generally speaking, when you're ready to pay to consult with somebody else already, free is not the issue. Working properly is the issue. So there you go. If you want me to help you out and get it working satisfactorily to your liking, you are welcome to hit me up on the website, and I would be more than happy to help you to figure out exactly how to do it. For your answers in the link. My God, MB Akar, man, can't we just get folks with names like Joe and stuff in here? Oh, I love you guys. MB Akaro, I think it is. Either way, you are so welcome. You are so welcome. It's so much fun to do this. I really, really do love it. And Tex Whitney says audio hijack and loop back from a media software helps. And then he does say that unfortunately it is paid. The more that I do this live streaming thing, and believe me, I try to do everything on a shoestring budget. I don't want to pay for anything. But it does get to the point where you've got a billion workarounds and you're really just working a lot harder than you need to work if you would just fork up the $25 a month or whatever and just have it done for you. So everyone, I think, hits that point. Sometimes, I mean, I worked for 2 years without any budget, so there was never a question of whether I would pay for something to get it done. I just didn't have the cash to do it. But once you start to have a little bit of a cash flow and you want something done, it's just so much easier to pay someone else to do it or make sure that it's done right. It just is what it is. So I have a feeling that every single one of you guys who are doing YouTube and eventually will find success will figure out the same thing. Sometimes it's easier just to, you want to figure out as much as you can on your own, but sometimes it just gets to the point where buying that template is cheaper and easier. You don't have to spend, I spent months coming up with this. If I did it again, maybe I'd just pay the X amount of dollars for somebody else to do it, so just keep that in mind. There's always a paid option for anybody out there who's interested in just having it done for you. I do it. There are others out there that do it as well. So feel free. Feel free.
Did you see that question, that comment from Janine?
Let's see. Geneve, names.
Nope, before that.
There is a sound effect when you switch from Monica Cam. I think you forgot to turn it back off. What is the sound effect, I wonder? I think it's just a clicky thing, isn't it? I don't know. I can turn it off. Does it bother you, Geneve? Does the sound effect bother you? I can turn it off if you like. We can just go and watch every Monica Cam. we can just go watch every Monica Cam. But if the sound bothers you, I can switch. Ooh, there's one we haven't hit yet. Hold on. Let's adjust this and get it right. Do you have any questions for me?
Yes, I do. Hold on, let's see. Oh, okay, from Ariel Schottenstein. Can you add in fly in and fly out graphics like a name or title?
Let's see. Okay, so what was the name on that one again? Ariel. I love that. One of my favorite Disney characters too. Ariel, you can do that just the same as I can do stuff with, like the switching between scenes. When I switch between scenes, if you see that fly in and fly out, you can do video like that. And let's see, if I go to tutorial, I think I have some kind of let's see. Instead of using video like that specifically as a stinger, like I have the wall stinger in here, so I could flip from one to another and it gives you that kind of wall. But I can do my door right here. Boom. So if I set up an animation with my logo, I can easily switch back and forth like that and it will have the logo pop up. It doesn't even have to switch scenes. Like you can just set it up so it just does it from, if I want it, let's say I had, let's say I put a camera in here. Let's put a camera in here just for fun. Video capture device, put camera, live USB. We'll use this dumpster fire webcam here. All right, so it doesn't even have to be changing through different scenes, to be honest with you. I can just take this scene, I can duplicate it, click OK. So if I set up something that's going to, there you go. That's not what I wanted to do. Yeah. Scene 1, scene 3. See how it'll switch back and forth from the same scene? So instead of having the doors close, it could just be my logo. I can set that up. That's really easy to do. If you're interested in learning how to create custom stingers like that, I'm wondering, so Geneve doesn't like that little clicky sound on my
thing? It's music. It's music and an no sound, and Valen says they hate it. They've been muting it every time when it switches from me back to you. They say there's some loud music and
Interesting.
yeah. And I guess had I been listening with earbuds, I would have known that.
I'm interested to hear what that is. What would be the transition? Is there a specific?
It says no, from Monica to you, it shouts. That's what they're saying.
From Monica to you. Let's see, transitions.
They see the click is okay, but then it gets loud with.
Transition override. No. Shouldn't be.
Like a rock and roll singer, they said.
Interesting. Well, let's. You know what? I think I might know what we're talking about. But that's not actually in your scene, so it must be playing directly on my main scene. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, it is. I see it. I know what it is.
Okay.
I know what it is. It's one of my soundboard sound things, and it just keeps playing, huh?
It's a sound effect from your switcher app, Jim or Alex says.
Yep, it is. And I found it, and there we go. Problem solved.
Problem solved.
Problem solved. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. So for some reason, one of my soundboard things was active, and so every time I switched from any scene to my main scene, it would automatically play. Is it playing for any other scenes? Like, does it do it for the tutorial scene too? Let's see. No, it doesn't. All right, and if I go back, are we still getting it? No. Yeah, it's definitely not a music stinger. It was set up by accident. So it plays every time that it goes active, and every time I switch scenes and comes back, it was playing because it was active. So, but now that I know how much you guys love it, I will make sure to play it as much as I possibly can. Because that's some good King Diamond. You can't let that go to waste. Did I believe, hopefully I answered your question though. You can create the stinger to go between any two scenes that can just have your logo shoot out or whatever. I have a bunch of different transitional things. No, it's good now. What do you mean it's good now? You didn't love King Diamond before? I don't understand.
Oh no, it's like, oh man.
I think it's pretty funny that was playing every time I switch scenes. I'm really sorry. That's not supposed to play every time. You know what? It would have been better if it was, if it was something like, let's go back here. If it was something like this. Oh yeah! I mean, come on. That's all right. But no. Instead it was this. Yeah? Oh, I have it muted now, so it won't even play at all. They don't like it. All right, fine. Oh. Well, fine. All right. I guess that's coming off the soundboard. Anyway, where was I at? Let's go back to Monica, see if there's another question.
Okay, the next question is actually from Valen and Sophie, who said that they hate the sound effect. I think he got it now, so we're good. We should be good. They say, what do you recommend for making sound effects on their stream? What do you recommend for making sound effects on my stream? That's the question.
Well, let me show you how I did it. Do you wish to remove video cat? Yes, I do. We don't need to see that. All right, so let's say we wanted to add some audio. We're going to go to media source, and we're going to go to OK. Now, I'm using a touchscreen piece that you could get for free. Let me, I will show you a link to how I set it up. We love Monica. I like her too. She's pretty cool. Let me send a link here really quickly to a video that shows you how to use this little touch thingy that you could set up your phone to do your to do it. But I'm going to show you how to do two methods. One will be just using your keyboard to do your soundboard, and the other will be you can set it up with this. If I can find the video, because I know I have it. It's here somewhere.
In fact, it has like one of the highest click-through rates with by far the worst thumbnail I think I've ever done. So I apologize to people who like bad thumbnails, but I had a guy tell me the other day too, dude, I love this video, but please change the thumbnail. And it's like, click-through rate on this video is like 10%. I can't change the thumbnail no matter how bad it is. You just can't. You just don't do that. So, all right. So there is the link to the video that shows you how to set this up right here, which is what I use to play my sounds. But what I'm going to do here is see if I can get back so I see what I'm looking at. Okay. So
does it work with Streamlabs OBS?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
If you didn't hear that question, I don't know, I asked.
Okay, it does work with Streamlabs OBS, yes. So I go into audio input capture. I already set one up, so that's not what I want. We want to go into media sources. Create a media source. Go to browse. Let's see. I believe I actually have my soundboard on here because I know you guys want to hear some more King Diamond. So,
Oh my goodness, thank you so much.
see. I think it's in here. And let's see, channel promo images, live soundboard. Okay, there it is. And I can just find any of these right here. So that's just an MP3. You don't want it looped. See, here's why it kept playing every time I went to my screen. I have restart playback when source becomes active. Since it was active, every time I would go to my main page, it would just play. So we did figure that out. Use hardware decoding when available. Show nothing when playback ends. So it doesn't tell you when it ends. Close the file when it's inactive. I like to do this. It allows you to set your speed and all that stuff. So there, boom. Okay, so we've got our media source, and that's going to play. I mean, it'd be nice if we fixed it, but so every time that it becomes visible, it plays. Okay. So if you put all of your audio in your OBS and you just wanted to, you'd obviously have to name this. I think this one is called, yeah, cancel this. I mean, make sure you name it so you know what it is. This one's called Hump Day, I think. So there you go. So then when you turn it on and off, it will play the soundbite. If you wanted to use a hotkey, you go into settings, go to hotkeys. Then you go to the scene you're working in. We're working in scene right here. See scene? And we're gonna go to show hump day, hide hump day. I can show it and hide it with one. I just set the key and apply it and okay. And hump day, if I click the 1, boom, there it is. If I click the 1, boom, there it's gone. So now I just set up a hotkey to play that audio sound. Then all you have to do is add them into each scene, and there you go. You can play your soundboard. Now, if you're asking for how you actually find the sounds to use, surf the internet, find, do a search for whatever soundbite you're looking for. There are actually lots and lots of soundboard places that you can go and download some of these. Are they free to use? Yeah, I don't know. Some of them might be better than others, but I only use the best, the very best.
I'm ready.
Let's go to Monica.
Okay, are we
What you
ready?
got, baby? Ride that ski lift.
Ariel Schottenstein asks, would you recommend a machine build designed for streaming and video editing?
Okay, so I recently did a video on how to build a pretty exceptional PC for gaming live streaming, and here's the truth. A lot of people who are into video editing and all that sort of stuff, they like to use Mac, and they want to repurpose that Mac to live stream. And I get that, because these Macs are freaking expensive. I know my Mac was expensive, when you pay that kind of money, you expect to be able to live stream with it. They just don't. I still want to use my Mac for live stream, I still want to use my Mac for editing. So I kind of use my Mac for editing. But you don't need to spend a lot of money for a PC that's specifically designed and built for live streaming. You can get basically a PC with an NVIDIA chipset and a reasonably decent CPU, and it will do everything you want really well. Now you can see on this stream right here, I have the generic Chinese webcam. I have the Monica cam. I have Monica's microphone. I have my microphone. I have a DSLR camera right here. So I'm running 3 cameras, 2 microphones, and then all of the widgets that you see, all of this stuff that you see, all that runs, plus another instance of OBS or Streamlabs or whatever on this machine. I built this machine in 2013, so it's not new. This is old stuff. This is old stuff. You don't need... I do amazing things with this live stream with really old equipment. The difference is it's a PC that has pieces in it that are made to live stream. This machine right here does not edit as well as my Mac does, which is a 2015 Mac laptop. So Mac is awesome for editing and Windows is awesome for streaming, and I had to come to terms with that. Can you build an epic editing PC? Alright, so here's the bottom line. You can probably build a PC that's going to be epic to do your video edits, but you're going to have to pay a buttload of money to do it. Whereas you could buy an old Mac to do awesome editing for relatively inexpensive. You could also pay an astronomical amount of money to get a Mac that's going to stream badly, or you can get a PC that's just made for streaming that could cost you $500 or $600. So you're trying to use one machine for, to do multiple things that aren't necessarily compatible. And that's just kind of what I had to figure out the hard way. So I use my PC for all my streaming. I use my Mac for all my editing. I'm a happy camper. But that doesn't mean that you have to spend astronomical amounts of money on either one. My Mac, which is fairly old and pretty cheap, does pretty much all the editing I really want to do. What's that? Yeah, now we've got somebody finally set something on fire. And my PC, which I put together in 2013, excuse me, does everything I want. So just know that you can have both and not pay astronomical amounts of money. And if you added them together, well, maybe it's a pretty decent amount of money, but at the same time, you have 2 different machines specifically made to do different things. I hope that answers your question. I know it's not as definitive as you probably would have hoped. But if you are interested in actually talking to me about something that's more specific to what you're looking for, message me on Twitter, and I'll try to get into as much specifics as I can based on what you actually want to achieve. Because that's the key. That's the key. If you know I want to do this, and this, we can come up with equipment that's going to work for you. I know that. I've done it before. So it's really hard to be general when you're on a live stream and you don't know exactly what a person's looking for. Let's go ahead and see what Monica has to say.
Okay, another question from Valenie Sophie. I need a tutorial on sound effects editing.
Sound effects editing. Let's push you around. Can you be more specific as to what you mean by sound effects editing? Because I'm not sure what you mean. If you're talking about Foley for videos and that sort of stuff, or are you talking about sound effects that you would use on your live stream, or what do you mean? Please enlighten me. Who was the question asked? Valen E. Sophie. Hello, and by the way, welcome. It's awesome to see you. And I see Plump Travelers is here. Hello. Rajabari Yeah, Rajbari Kantha. Awesome to see you, man. Welcome back. Welcome back. Let's see. Let's go to Monica and see what else we got going on here.
Okay, next question is from Based Amy. And I'm sorry, I just lost it. Okay, why do some web pages not let you interact with them? Are they locked?
Okay. So if you're talking about interact like what I showed earlier, where we go, let's get rid of this and remove. Let's see. And let's go to web browser. And we're going to just add a source. I think I might have one saved here. There we go. One of my YouTube videos. And we don't need that to play. We go right click and we go to interact. And this allows me to interact with that video.
That's awesome.
One of the
Thank
reasons
you.
why it may not be allowing you to interact directly with the video is because you do not have Google Chrome as your default browser device. So be sure that Google Chrome is your default browser device. Oh my goodness. Valen, thank you so much. All your tutorials, and we love Monica too. Valen, thank you so much. That's so kind. I really do appreciate it. One of the reasons why you may come up with situations where you can't interact, like I'm doing right here, is because you are maybe using Firefox or Safari. So make sure Google Chrome is your main browser, because that is the browser that OBS likes to connect to. And if it is, you should be able to interact with most websites and web pages. There probably are going to be a few where the security of that particular website may be such that it blocks certain types of interactions. But for the most part, as long as you're using Google Chrome, you should be able to do it. I hope that answers your question. Hopefully you were using Firefox before and now you're like, oh, okay, that makes perfect sense. Or Safari. Or Microsoft Edge or whatever it is. But if not, Google Chrome is the one that OBS Studio likes to use. So that might be what's causing your problems when you're trying to interact. My goodness, honey, that's just cool, huh? All right, let's go back to Monica and see if she's got any new questions.
Yes. I wanted to say thank you. Thank you, Valen. I appreciate that very much. We do have a question from Rajbari Kantha. He says, please give us your transactions videos links. I'm not sure what that means. Transactions videos links.
Let's see. Are we talking transactions or transitions? I don't know that I have any video links for transactions. So I'm not sure if we're having a language barrier issue right there. Let me see if I can actually find the question.
Has asked a few, because there's another one, how do you set the OBS remote mobile app? That's another one.
How do I set the OBS remote mobile app? I didn't know OBS had a mobile app. That would be cool if they did. He might be talking about the Streamlabs OBS remote mobile app, and I have done a video on that before. Hopefully, Rajbari, please re-ask the question that you were asking. Are you looking for the transition video link, or are you looking for something else? Because I'm confused. I have Streamlabs on my phone. I have used it in the past. For a very, very long time, almost all the streaming that I did was cell phone based. So the Streamlabs setup for, look at that. Oh yeah. The Streamlabs setup is really cool for your mobile phone, because you can add all the cool widgets that I use on the stream, like this one and that one there. And I haven't actually seen my other widgets come up today, so I don't know if they're actually functioning properly or not. I'll have to go back and watch the stream. But I can go live right on my phone using widgets like the cup that you see right here.
and I can set up an overlay and things like that, which is pretty cool. I can have my chat embedded right here. So the Streamlabs OBS mobile widget or mobile phone live stream is awesome, and you can actually start a scheduled broadcast with your mobile phone. So I used to schedule my broadcast before they went on, like I did today, and you can actually start a scheduled broadcast with the Streamlabs live widget. So it's pretty cool stuff. If you haven't had a chance to check it out, I definitely recommend it. If you'd like me to actually do a full tutorial on how to use the Streamlabs mobile app, I definitely will. The one thing is I didn't use it a whole lot because, if I'm being perfectly honest with you, it never really worked that well. I always had audio problems or choppy streams or stuff like that, where it was nice to have the extra widgets and all that sort of stuff, but just going live on YouTube's mobile app worked perfectly every time without any problems. So I generally ended up doing that instead because, you know, if you have bad audio, it pisses people off. If you have bad video, it pisses people off. So it became a problem. That button's not working. That kind of worked. Anyway, let's go to the Monica cam and see what else we got.
We have another question from Valenie Sophie. Do you have any teleprompter app that we can use for live streaming?
It's so funny that you... It's funny that you mentioned this. Can you grab my iPad over there and pass it to me, honey? You have to unplug it. And I'll see if I can show you what I've been kind of working on putting together a teleprompter. I think teleprompters can be pretty fun, but you can see right there. This is the app for the Parrot, I believe. Parrot teleprompter, and Parrot teleprompter is actually a physical teleprompter that you can buy. But if you go out to their website, or if you go out to the App Store, Parrot actually has a teleprompter software that you can use that's, you know, free if it comes up. This, you got to remember, this is like version 1 iPad, so the only thing this is actually useful for is, well, not much. But, you know, you click it, and it will start the teleprompting piece, maybe. Let's see, edit. I don't know. Now, there we go. So it sets it up, and you can play it. This one's called Parrot, and obviously this is backwards because when you lay it down under your teleprompter, this is going to read across the screen. You can go into settings and adjust the scroll options to make it faster or slower. You can put it in mirror or not mirror. You can actually adjust the size and that sort of stuff. So I've been kind of playing around with teleprompting stuff, but I'm not sure whether a teleprompter is something I would use for a live stream. I guess it can be helpful if you're going to try to teach something or whatever on your live stream, but live streams tend to be very stressful and kind of just whatever happens, happens. And I think it would be difficult to try to really interact with your audience and use a teleprompter or something like this during your live stream. But if you're going to check it out, I would look at the Parrot app. It's pretty cool. It's free, and it actually works with the Parrot teleprompter, which is just a little mini teleprompter that slides right onto your thing. I think it costs about $100 on Amazon, but they're kind of sold out right now. A buddy of mine just got one, so I'm interested to see how it works for him. But the app is free, and you can use it for a teleprompter that you create. I'm actually in the process of creating a teleprompter that I'm going to use here for my videos. And when I do that, if you guys would like to see a video on how I set it up, let me know. I'll definitely do a video of it. So do we have any... Oh, let's not even ask. Let's just go over and see what Monica's doing, because I think she might have fell asleep.
I am here. I am here. We have a question from Plum Traveler, who says, not sure if this has been asked, Using Streamlabs OBS, did you ever get the chat highlight widget up and running for everyone yet?
I really, really wish that I had gotten the chat highlight widget up and running, but I haven't yet. In fact, I haven't even had a chance to really interact and talk to the individual who is going to be helping me set it up. It's just because producing 3 videos a week on top of all the client work that I've been doing recently hasn't given me a lot of extra time to look at it. It is something that I would really like to set up. And to be honest with you, at this point, it's actually something that I would consider paying someone to do the coding for. Maybe even my son, who kind of does coding and stuff like that. But trust me, just keep watching this space. We will eventually figure it out and get it working so that we can bring it to you for free. By the way, it's not going to be something you can buy. It's going to be something you're going to be able to download for free. So we'll figure it out. So just keep watching. How many questions do we still have?
We have 2.
All right, let's whip through these because it's getting late.
Yes. Another question from Raj Bari, who says, how do you restart a media source non-stop every time?
Okay. So there's a couple of ways that you can add a media source to your live streams. So let's kind of go through that. I'm going to remove this. And I'm going to add a media source, and I'm going to explain what each of these things does. Let's go into, and I want to do video this time. I want to do video. We'll use let's use The Witcher. Wow. We'll use this one. We'll use it. All right, so some of the settings here. You've got to restart playback when source becomes active. Excuse me. All right, sorry about that, guys. All right, so loop, kind of self-explanatory. It will just keep playing over and over again. Restart playback when source becomes active. What that means is when the source is visible or active, it will restart from the very beginning. And this is so what this means is if you switch to another scene and come back to a scene with this audio file or video file, it will start playing again from the very beginning. And then the rest is just like hardware and stuff. Close file when inactive. This can help you save some space on your machine and that sort of stuff. So I got this horrible. I need to get more practice with that mute button so I don't coughing in your guys' ear. I'm sorry about that. So the restart playback when the source becomes active is the one you're really looking for. So if I click OK, you can see it starts the video. And let's get it playing, and here we go. It goes right into the video. If I switch to scene 2, and then I switch back to scene, you can see, boom, starts back again from the very, very beginning. This is going to be the same with any video source, any audio source. I can also turn it off, turn it back on, and guess what? Starts again from the very beginning. So hopefully that answers your question. I hope. Does that answer your question? Only time will tell. Let's go over and see what Monica has to say.
Okay, we again still have 2 questions. First is from Kimberly Collins, the Educated Natural. She says, Michael, what program or website do you recommend for lower thirds and overlays for OBS?
So can you clarify what program or...
What program or website do you recommend for
lower thirds and
overlays for OBS?
Well, let me just show you what we used for the glorious Monica Cam lower third. If you see the glorious Monica question cam lower third right there, I will show you exactly what I used to create that. It's really simple and it's actually free. Let me go over to our tutorial here. We don't need a Mr. Media Source going. We're going to remove that. Yes. And let's see. Right here. Alright, Pixlr. Photo Editor. Online. You can use Pixlr E or Pixlr X. I guess I'm not logged in, but it doesn't matter. It's free. So anybody could use it. You can see right here. This is a lower third that I set up. And you can add whatever text you want. You can recreate this box so you add rounded corners and however you want it. You can see that it is rounded. If I wanted to change the text, I can just do this. Let's see, text, edit, and I can basically put that text wherever I want it. If I wanted to change, you could see there's massive numbers of fonts that you could change it to right here. I like that one. That one's pretty cool. But you can also add your own local font. And it's super simple. Boy, that sounds dirty, doesn't it? Monica Cam. It's not. She's never would do that. But then you just go to File, Save. You want to save these out as a PNG. And it makes it, that's so that basically you're just having the lower third that you want. Everything else is going to be clear. Save it out, and then in order to add something like this into your live stream, let's see here. All you have to do is go to your, you want to go to Image. Okay, and let's see, do I even, pretty sure I have a banner, blah, blah, blah. Where's game banner logo? Do I have any lower thirds in here? I must have at least one, because I'm using the Monica Cam thing, but I don't know where I put it. Oh, here, maybe this is it. There we go. Boom. There's the Monica Cam overlay. And where did it go? Where did it go? Oh boy. Open. And can. There we go. And I can even resize it. So let's say I think that's too big. She doesn't deserve that kind of pub. There we go. We can make it mega tiny. We can do whatever we like. We can do whatever we like. So there you go. That's how I make my lower thirds. Super cheap, super simple, super easy. If you wanted to do ones that added animation, you can basically just do the lower third like that. Import the static image into Premiere, make it pop out, make it pop back, just edit that into a little video sequence, and you can easily just click and play that video sequence as well. So, yep, hopefully that answers your question. Let's see what Monica's up to.
We have riding a boat. Okay, last question, more like a statement / question. It's from African Motions. Can you make a teleprompter so we can buy them from you? Just curious.
Can I make a teleprompter? Well, here's the thing. If you want to get a professional teleprompter, you're going to pay thousands and thousands of dollars. I'm going to specifically build a teleprompter, and I can tell you right now what I'm going to use. I'm going to use glass from a camera or from a picture frame, and you can use a picture frame and a black box. And what I'll do is, since I plan on putting one together anyways, I will create a video that shows you how to do it so that you can set it up and do it yourself. You can use a teleprompter, one of these sorts of things, with any kind of camera. And the nice thing is it rests right over the lens or whatever. So so it looks like you're looking at the camera and you can see it. When I get mine set up and working properly, what I'll do is I'll tell you how to do it. It's not going to be expensive. It'll probably be like however much it costs for a picture frame. $3, $5, depends what kind of picture frame you buy. So there you go. All right, let's go to Monica.
Okay, 2 more questions have just come in. We have one from Marco Avalos Diddle. Can I reshape a video or image source like pinning its corners in other positions?
Awesome question. Awesome question. Okay, so let's bring an image source in here. I think I have a few. I actually kind of was doing this live on the stream tonight because we had some problems with Monica's camera layout. So I had to do this, but I'm going to show you how to do it. It's really, really cool and really simple. Let's see. Monica Cam, Live Planner. Is it in here? Store Stinger, channel promos, soundboard, overlay, stream labels, Streamyard overlay. Let's see, overlay test, alerts, with your wallpaper. All right, we can do it with this one. I think will work. All right, so let's say we've got this Witcher image right here, but I don't want the whole image. I don't like that. I don't want the whole image. Okay, so what I do is I go over here and I hold down the Alt key and I can just drag this. Okay, and it doesn't it's not resizing anything, it's just removing that. It's like a really cool crop. So if I hold that Alt key and move these, it crops it to however I want. But see, it doesn't resize. So then if I don't hold the Alt key, I can then resize it. Okay, so I just hold the Alt key, crop your image to where you want it, take your finger off the Alt key, and then I can resize it however I want. So hopefully that answers your question. I can do the same with this. You see how this is like all this space over here? I can just hit the Alt key. I can crop this up so that it makes it easier to resize and place it wherever I want. So hopefully that makes sense, and that's the question that you were asking. Let's go to see what Monica has to say.
Okay, a question from Lucas Liu. He says, are you using your AirPods as a mic, and how did you do it?
All right.
Did you see that follow-up from Marco?
I did.
Okay.
I'm wearing these only for the purposes of being able to hear if somebody does a super chat or something like that. I like to be notified so that I can thank them on the screen. That's the only reason why I'm wearing these. They're not necessary. I don't play any audio through anything else. I use a Sennheiser. This is actually a pretty expensive $300-400 microphone. I also have the microphone that Monica's using here. Let's go to the Monica cam for a second.
Do you need me to pull it into?
Yeah, go ahead and pull that mic up so people can see it.
Is that better?
Yep, pop it up a little bit. There you go. And this is actually a pretty nice quality microphone. It's really, really less. It's really, really inexpensive. I did a full review on that microphone. If you are interested in picking it up, it is a USB microphone. Let me find the link for you so that you can check it out if you would like. It's actually a pretty. Gotta go a little ways back to find the actual. Here it is. If you're interested in checking out the microphone that I use for the Monica cam, there it is. And I probably review the Sennheiser along with it, so you can get an idea of how they sound differently together, which is kind of nice. And then I saw he had a follow-up about pinning corners.
Yes, can we change the position of one corner to make a trapezoid? He uses a green table in front of him and a green screen behind, so he needs a source to match the table. Yes.
I don't believe that you can, to be honest. I don't believe that you can do that. Transform, edit, reset, flip, horizontal, stretch to screen center to screen center. Yeah, you can only really work with square boxes, unfortunately. If you wanted to try to change it up for something like that, it'd have to probably be more of a static overlay that you create in something like Photoshop or something like that. By the way, Marco, thank you for coming by. Kimberly, hello. Lucas Liu, nice to meet you. Thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out with me. I really do appreciate it. Plump Travelers, African Motions. I just want to say hi, but here, let's go to Monica and take our last question. No?
Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Last question so far is from Plump Traveler, who says, I have a Canon 700 DSLR Any idea what to use for live streaming? Canon didn't create their webcam utilities for the Canon 70D.
So if I'm reading that right, the Canon webcam utility won't work for the 70D or the DSLR that you have. I use a Sony A6500. I truly love this camera. Let me just tell you a little bit about what this pretty inexpensive DSLR camera can do. And yes, it does have its flaws, but this camera will perform in 4K, 24 frames per second, or 30 frames per second. It will perform at 120 frames per second in 1920 by 1080, so I can get pretty much mega slow motion. You can get lenses that have in-lens stabilization. I do both I do live streaming and everything else. I connect this with an Elgato cam card, and as you can see, it looks pretty good. It streams pretty well, and it's really not very expensive camera for what you get. Try finding another 4K camera that will also do 1920 by 1080 in 120 frames per second. So it's pretty epic. It's pretty inexpensive. It seriously does everything that I could possibly want a camera to do. Some people love their Canons, and I totally understand that. People absolutely love their Canons. And there is an application that Canon just put out that will do the webcam thing, but if yours won't do it, try a cam card. I did a video where I talk about cam cards. I did a video where I talk about the cam cards. Let me see if I can dig it up here. If you want to take a deeper look at what a cam card will do for you. I'm not sure how deep down the rabbit hole of cam cards I really go on this in showing you how they work, but stream games, I think I do it mostly from a game streaming perspective too. Here it is. Yeah, this one's kind of angled from a game streaming perspective, but it does kind of show you some cam cards, some different ones that work and all that sort of stuff. I wish I had a better answer for you, but I'm not terribly super mega familiar with Canon cameras. So I know there's an app out there and it works for some. I didn't really realize that it didn't work for all of them. Let's see. Where are we at question-wise?
We're clear with questions. There are comments from Lucas if you want to read the comments, or if you want me to read the comments.
Go ahead and read.
Lucas says, thanks, because we're making lives for church and I only have my Logitech headset and I use it as a mic every Sunday, but I don't know if I manipulate a little, the dB in OBS will be good because I won't make make the pastor wear the headset. Yes.
Okay, so basically, if you want to directly communicate with your pastor while you're on live stream, he's going to have to wear something. I would recommend something like earbuds or whatever, where you can talk to him. If you go into here, let's say that Monica was the star of the show, which, let's be honest, she really is. So let's say we have her microphone in there as this audio input capture. I can put my mic, I'm going to put another microphone in there, mic 2, doesn't matter, default is fine. So I can go into my audio properties here. Audio input capture, this is Monica's microphone right here, monitor off. So I'm not listening to it, monitor off means it's just going out to the stream. Audio input capture 2 is my microphone, I'm the producer. I just want to be able to talk to Monica in her ear and tell her if there's something she needs to know. So I can go here and I go to monitor only, mute output. So that means when I talk into my microphone here, if she's wearing a headpiece, she can hear me say, hey, you're standing too far to the left. You need to hurry up. We're pressed for time or whatever. But the stream will never hear that. So that's kind of the best way to do it. You can use little AirPods or earbuds or something. Yes, she is. I know. Hail, Monica. I use these sorts of things occasionally on live streams. There's lots of different ways to get around it. I understand you wouldn't want the pastor to wear a headset, but at some point you might need to have it so that you could professionally talk to him. At least now you understand how you would be able to do that if you needed to. Are we good? Do we need more questions? Should we say goodbye? Huh? Oh, Larry. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Monica. They only made it for the 80D and up. The 70D is an old camera, sadly. Larry, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. But an Elgato cam link or something like what you're gonna find in the in the chat piece, it's an option. If you have an HDMI out on your camera, it should be able to do what you want to do. But I think that pretty much rounds it out. We've been on for, what are we approaching? Two and a half hours. 2.5 hours, guys. Thank you for bringing it. Thank you for bringing it with all the awesome questions tonight. Man, we even maintained more than, 19 or so viewers the entire 2.5 hours. You guys are monsters. Here, let's go to see what let Monica sign off and stuff.
Sign off and stuff. Yes, thank you guys. That was great. You guys had wonderful questions. Hopefully you guys learned a lot and we were able to help. Well, Michael was able to help where he could. I am just the communicator of the questions. I know next to nothing about OBS or anything else, so, and I apologize for that too. But have a great 4th, those of you in the U.S. Happy, have a good night, a good day, a good evening, wherever you are located. I appreciate your joining us, and we hope to see you next time.
Sorry. All right, let me start over. 4 months ago, almost to the day, Monica lost her dad. Kind of sudden, kind of old. It happens. 1 month after that, I lost my dad to Parkinson's. It's kind of a long train that happened. Last Saturday, I lost my mom. We don't really know why. It's just something that happens. And the point I want to make is none of these are related to the coronavirus. I know everybody's sitting at home waiting for things to happen and waiting for stuff. Please do yourself a big favor. If there's something you want to do, if there's someone you need to talk to, if life is too short, live it. Go hug people that you care about. Talk to people that you care about. Make sure that you tell the ones that you know that are meaningful in your life that you love them and you care about them. Because you just don't know. We're going to get one July 4th this year. Just one. Do you know for sure if you're going to see another one next year? Because I don't. But I can tell you right now that I'm going to do everything I can between this July 4th and next July 4th to have as many great life experiences as I possibly can and to tell as many people as I can how much they mean to me. And I hope that you do the same thing because we just don't know. We just don't know how long we get. And that doesn't mean that I'm telling you to go out without a mask and roam around and try to infect other people. I'm just saying to make sure that you make every single day a life experience. Because whether we're quarantined or not, we're only getting a certain number of days. It's just the way it is. So make sure that you do the best you can to make the best of the ones that you do get. I love you guys. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me tonight. It means the world to me. It means the world to me. This channel would never be successful without the amazing support and love from all of you guys. And it means the world to Monica and I. Thank you so much. Go out there and do something nice for somebody else. It'll make you feel great. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again next Saturday night.